If you feel drained, anxious, or not good enough after scrolling, you're not alone and it's not your fault. I'm Jourdan Travers, a licensed psychotherapist, and today I'm here to discuss the comparison trap that social media creates and how it impacts us. But before moving further, we really value our subscribers and creating content you want more information on. So please don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to our channel for more science-backed insights. Research shows that nearly 90% of young people compare themselves to others online, and over half do it daily. Now, imagine walking into a quiet university lab in Southern England. You're told you'll spend the next 30 minutes doing something you probably already do every day, scrolling through Instagram. 50 psychology students signed up for this. They didn't know it yet, but they were stepping into 3 different Instagram worlds. Some would scroll through glossy posts, toned bodies, couples on perfect vacations, captions sprinkled with #blessed. This was the upward comparison feed. Others would see posts of struggle, a person crying after losing a job, someone talking about illness, an overweight body met with sympathetic comments. This is the downward comparison feed. Then there was a final group who got the blandest Instagram you could imagine. Stone walls, 2 people chatting with no expressions, captions with nothing to feel, the neutral feed. Before scrolling, participants filled out questionnaires measuring 2 things: how good they felt about themselves in general, self-esteem, and how they felt about their own bodies, body esteem. After 20 minutes of scrolling, they filled out the same scales again. What happened next could have been pulled straight from social comparison theory. Students who scrolled the upward comparison feed didn't lose much general self-esteem, but their body esteem dropped significantly. Seeing those perfect images made them feel worse about their own appearance. Students in the downward comparison feed came out with higher scores, both on their self-esteem and body esteem. Looking at someone else's struggles made them feel a little better about themselves. And the neutral feed did almost nothing because, let's be honest here, a stone wall won't change how you feel about your body. In other words, Instagram acted like a mirror, but not a neutral one. Depending on what people saw, it either chipped away at body image or momentarily boosted confidence. The researchers drew a sobering implication. Instagram doesn't just entertain, it teaches people, especially young users, how to feel about themselves, often in ways that they don't consciously notice. And while scrolling downward comparison might temporarily inflate self-esteem, leaning on others' pain to feel better is not a healthy long-term strategy. Instead, the study suggests we need awareness. We need to remind ourselves that the perfect lives and bodies on social media are curated, filtered, and often fake. Otherwise, the algorithm becomes the quiet architect of how we view ourselves. So how do you get out of this trap? Imagine this. You open Instagram after a long day, planning to just check for a minute. And within seconds, you're knee-deep in someone else's vacation, a friend's engagement photos, and a stranger's sculpted abs. Your mood drops. You weren't even unhappy a moment ago, but suddenly your own life feels smaller. That's the quiet danger of social media comparison. But here's the hopeful part. It doesn't have to be that way. With a few intentional shifts, you can reclaim your feed and your peace of mind. First, curate your feed like your environment. Think of your feed like the music you play in the background of your life. If the playlist is full of songs that make you feel inferior, well, of course, you'll feel weighed down. Start unfollowing or muting accounts that trigger jealousy, shame, or that nagging sense of, I'm not enough, and replace them with voices that uplift, inspire, or simply reflect your true interests, whether that's art, travel, dogs, poetry, whatever nourishes you. Over time, you'll notice your scrolling feels lighter. Second, build boundaries that protect your energy. Scrolling feels endless because the apps are designed that way. So put fences around your time. Try setting a 20-minute daily limit or a scheduling detox day once a week. And here's a trick. Swap your default scroll with something tangible. Instead of opening TikTok when you're bored or anxious, try picking up a book, stretching for 5 minutes, or sending a voice note to a friend. Boundaries don't have to feel like punishment. They're scaffolding for your mental health. Third, catch your triggers in the moment. Comparison doesn't always announce itself. It sneaks in as a sinking feeling. Start noticing when it happens. Is it certain accounts, certain moods? Journal about those patterns. The next time you catch yourself thinking, everyone else has it better than me, pause and remind yourself that you're seeing someone's highlight reel, not their messy kitchen or bad mental health day. That reality check can soften the blow. Fourth, lean back into real life. Comparison thrives in isolation. One antidote is reconnecting with the messy, unfiltered parts of real life. Call a friend, go for a walk with your partner, say yes to group activities. These grounded connections remind you that life isn't lived in likes and filters, it's lived in moments. Fifth, practice daily self-compassion. Comparison often comes from a place of self-criticism. When you catch yourself thinking, I'll never look like her, counter with evidence of your own worth, compliments you've received, milestones you've hit, and ways you've shown up for people. A gratitude journal or even a private folder of favorite memories can act as a shield against the harshness of social media standards. And lastly, use social media intentionally. Before you tap the app, ask yourself, why am I opening this? And what do I want from it? If the answer is just to kill time, consider doing something else. And if you do scroll, try to be mindful. Notice your breathing, check in with how you're feeling. That tiny bit of awareness creates space between you and the algorithm's pull. Because your life is much more interesting and way cooler than something algorithmically curated on your feed. I'm Jourdan Travers, the Clinical Director of Awake Therapy, and I'll see you next time.